From Juliet. Hey, oh God, I was singing some Taylor Swift, wasn't I? Hey everyone, how's it going? It is I, the real Randy Chavez. I'm coming at you today with a VeVe, OMI, Definity, DEVVE DACAT SHIRO update video. Guys, if you're new, welcome. You're not, welcome back. I love you all. Everyone say hello, Dashi. Hello, Dashi. Commenting, liking, subscribing is a free way to help support the channel. Non-free ways are Patreon and smashing that super thanks button down below. I had a podcast before with Benju on Stratos, and it was good. It was fun, and maybe we might get a little partnership out of it. I don't know. We'll see if they become a sponsor of Lay Channel. Anywho, we've got a couple of things going on here. It is October 29th, 8:01 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and the market's been having a day. Let's go with it. A lot of it was because of the Jerome Powell, the FOMC meeting, crazy volatile. We actually took a giant dump before he started speaking. We knew that the 25 basis points were kind of written in already, and like, okay, that's priced in. And then they wanted to go in and say like, okay, let's dump it before, maybe it'll pump afterwards, and it kind of did. We went to like 109, and then we went back to 112, and now we're back at almost 109. We're at $110,023.09 per Bitcoin. I think it actually did just dip below 110 a couple minutes ago. Whatever it goes to, I'm not 100% sure. This is just what it's what is trading around now. Do we go back to 102? Do we go back? Do we fall below that? I have no idea. I was talking to a buddy of mine the other day. He was just saying that we probably have one more shakeout. I don't think this really counts because this is within normal trading routes. We were down to 107 last week, so us going back down to just under 110 today, I don't really consider that really a shakeout, even though we were at like 116 the other day. When I hear like shakeout, especially from him, I'm gonna say it. He's thinking like another like 20% move. It's like, damn, back to like 90 something K, which honestly at this point, I guess anything is possible. So I wouldn't put it past Wall Street or whoever to manipulate it back down there. And again, it's almost as if a few weeks ago at New York Comic Con, people didn't learn their lesson with longs, because today there was, there's a lot of news today, but let me, 302 million. Yeah, so there's $302 million liquidated from the crypto market today between 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time and 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And I think that was it. Yeah. Actually, that happened in 15 minutes. It happened between 2:45 p.m. and 3 p.m. As Fed Chair Jerome Powell delivered the speech. He did say he wanted to end the quantitative tightening, which is great. They're going to stop sucking liquidity out of the markets. That's going to happen December 1st. So maybe in December we get a little bit of a pump. Does that mean November's completely cooked? Again, they might buy that rumor, sell that news. You might have a pump in November and then dump in early December, then have a little Santa rally at the end. I have no idea. What I do know is that Josh Mandel's prediction of 444,000 does look less and less likely with each passing day. But again, that we haven't had that wow factor. We haven't had that one catalyst that'll bring us up. Rate cuts are fine, but when they're 25 basis points, they're not really that much. They're not really going to do anything. And again, a lot of this just stems from the fact that Jerome Powell really just hates Trump, which, okay, half the country does. But the fact that he's letting that dictate his politics, and the Fed could go in and can combat all of these rates on the front end, because the 30-year Treasury bond is so insane. They could combat that just if they wanted to right now, but they're just not. Again, mostly because Powell hates Trump. This is costing people hundreds of billions of dollars. So, in my opinion, this person is shit, and they probably should never hold a position of power again. I think they should be investigated. That's just me. Anyway, ETH is not doing that much better, but what did it go down to the other month? It went down to like 32. Really go down to 30? Only 37? I could have sworn it went down a little bit lower, but I guess it did not. I guess it went as low as 37. give or take. Obviously, we were up quite a bit higher. We were up over towards about 5,000 at one point for ETH. We're down to 3,900. We did fall down to 30. What is this here? We did fall down to 38-ish at some point before. Might have wicked down a little lower. But speaking of wicking down, we'll start with OMI here, because OMI did not have a good day. As of 8:05 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, it's actually only down 10%, which doesn't sound horrible, but we were actually, because of a spike we had yesterday, where we went up to 000 like 175. So that's the spike we had yesterday. It looked like we were down like 20 something percent. Now that candle didn't close there, but that candle, it did wick up there. It wound up closing at like 1.6. And then ever since then, we've just had ever since then, we had a couple of big red candles that really put us down where I want to say maybe where we shouldn't have been, but we wicked down to just under 00011. We were at like 0001099. And I think that's important because that's affecting the price of collectibles. A partner statue at this time, this is at like 4 a.m. So unfortunately, I was sleeping. But at this time, a partner statue was under $600 because of what it was listed for in OMI. Miles Morales was under like 4K. There was just and again, here's that arbitrage opportunity where it's like, okay, I can get these incredible collectibles for a miraculous price. And I know some people will be like, okay, well, I wouldn't want to spend OMI at that point. It's like, bro, just replace the OMI. If it's that cheap, whether you're spending dollars or OMI, like, would you rather spend that in dollars or spend that in OMI? Well, it doesn't matter, because regardless of what form you choose to pay in, if you don't want to spend any of your OMI or get rid of any of your OMI, but you have the capital in USD, just spend the OMI and replace the OMI. Or if you want to be super safe about it, buy the OMI first and then spend it. So this way you're not losing any OMI if that's what you want. Because I understand not wanting to sell at these prices or spend it at these prices. That's fine. But I don't know, to not take advantage. And again, you could take advantage by buying at these prices, the OMI token. You could take advantage by going in and buying some of the collectibles in OMI, because again, a partner statue for under $600 and a secret rare Miles Morales for under 4K is insane. Now, obviously, again, you had to be awake at 4 a.m. in order to be able to capitalize on this. You have to constantly be checking the stacker website. And okay, fair point. If you don't want to do that, not everyone can. Maybe alerts for your phone at some point is going to be something that people are going to want to do more often for the spikes like these, spike upways and downways. Because again, we spiked up to 000. What was it? 1.8. It was 1.75 just yesterday, and then we had two big legs down. So I couldn't see anything on base. I assume because there's so little liquidity on Ethereum, probably wasn't that as well. But these big candles, like on this hour, for those 2 hours, it was probably, I would say it was probably a couple, like less than like 5 people happened to sell, and it was like a race to the bottom, and it was probably on a big exchange, and they probably did it in one clip. And that's probably how we did it. Again, I couldn't find anything over on Gecko Terminal, so I don't think it was on Uniswap for either Base or Ethereum. But this is those are some big red candles, and it was probably someone on MEXC or Bybit or wherever. And whatever that they did, they did it in one clip, crushed the price to 00011, technically 1099. And it's hasn't really recovered. And okay, what's the next point? What's the next? Is that the actual bottom? It could be. I mean, that you had a little bit of buy pressure from there, but not a lot. Let me go and see what the Yeah, 4.5 million in volume. So it's not like this was a major day where it's like, yeah, down there, we had an extra 2 million in volume. It's not what happened. So there was a little bit of buy pressure there, but that's it. I mean, the buy pressure was there. Is there going to be buy pressure again if we go down there? It might. And again, that's if we go back down, which the trend kind of looks that way. But I don't know. I was listening to Paul this morning. He was on Crypto Rain's channel. Paul from Definity, excellent trader. Oh, protein's so good. He had mentioned that if OMI this week, what's today's date? Is today Wednesday? He said by the end of this week, if it has that reversal and goes back up, it's a good thing. He said it still can finish out the week bullish. It just needs a bullish day, but he says that it's possible, but it might not happen. And if it continues to trend sideways and down, you could see lower prices. So going into the quad zeros is not that that's very reasonable now to think, because it's only like another 30% down from here. And again, when the market cap is at 36 million, that's very, very low. And I said the other day, I actually think I said it yesterday on the OMI channel. At a $40 million market cap, which we're 36 now, but $40 million market cap, it's a low, don't get me wrong, but it still has tens of millions of playroom there, where it could go, it could go to 30 million, which would be a quad zero market cap, or a quad zero price for that market cap. Could even go in the 20s. Like, we don't know where it goes. And it's like, okay, well, Chavez, you seem a little like almost giddy about this. Well, again, I have most of the bag that I want, or a decent amount, 320, give or take, 320, 325, between there. But that's not the only bag I have. There's a couple of them. Definity is my biggest bag by far. And again, Definity didn't have a good day either. Definity has not had a good year. Well, the token has not. The company is absolutely crushing it. The token is the company is going insane, like in the best way. Revenues are there, and it's the partnerships, and Jesus, that's absolutely incredible. That is a cash cow. But the token at a $2.5 million market cap is very low. Despite that, it is still my biggest bag. So there is a chance that, Bloomsbury Money just confirmed that Definity is their utility token. That is their utility token, which is bananas. So you're going to get a lot more use out of that. You're going to get a lot more revenues out of that. It's insane. So when I take a look at the Definity token, and at any time they could turn on market, they could turn it around. And because that's my biggest bag, and that could launch at any time, you have I have a real opportunity to stack like 1 billion OMI, or more. Because again, and now granted, OMI can run whenever it wants as well. Even though, and again, crypto makes no sense. Like they've been crushing it. They've had major announcements these last couple of weeks. They announced that they're not going to be able to need to cash anyone out. Like, they are never going to have to give people money again. That is beautiful. And because again, they're going to start saving a lot more money. Is that good for the token? Short term, probably not. Long term, I think it's actually very bullish. But in the short term, you're going to have some people that are just be like, hey, I need to cash out. I need to put sell pressure on the token. Or with the OMI to gem, they're going to go on and say like, okay, we need to sell some of the token in order to pay the licensors for this. And again, that's fine too. Because again, you need to continue business operations. But if you don't have if there's not a lot of buy pressure there, at least in the short term, it's going to be a net negative for the token. Again, in the short term. That being said, for the long term, this is exactly what you want to see for a company. You want to see a way where money comes in, but it doesn't go out. That is so beautiful. And the resources that were previously allocated to that, they can be reallocated elsewhere. They can get more licensors and get more whatever they want. They can do some marketing, um, put it into the VeVe-verse, because we haven't heard much from that in quite a while. I would love it if they put it into games. I know a bunch of bigger YouTubers and a bunch of people that have an insane audience, and they don't want to make videos for VeVe and OMI because it's not fun. Now, if they make a game, is that going to be the end all be all? Probably not. I mean, it'd be nice if they can give that to us. I don't know how much it would cost. Again, there are some pretty fun games that I don't think is going to require a lot. Quakey on the Soul has one. Crappy Bird is building one. Hopefully we'll get one at DACAT at some point. Like, there's some things that really shouldn't cost that much and it shouldn't be that hard to do. That being said, again, within kind of an untested market there, if you're going to go in and make a game and spend all that money and with no guarantee of it being a success, I understand why they don't. But again, they announced some crazy licenses this past couple weeks, and the price dropped like 70%. So you know what happens? It would stand to reason that if when you have bullish announcements, the token takes a 60-70% haircut, then the opposite could happen as well. And we've seen it before, where you'll have the CEO of a random company like in jail and token does like a 3x. Like, bro, what is crypto? So that'll reverse at some point, and it doesn't necessarily need the narrative. It doesn't necessarily need it doesn't need a reason to move. In my opinion, I don't really see why it would move without a reason, but I didn't see that for a bunch of other stuff as well. It just does. Things move on its own. For the invisible hand of the market is what moves it. But yeah, I've gotten a decent bag of DEVVE. It's still not where I want it, but it's slowly getting there. And I'll get to join that whale group soon. And in December, DEVVE goes crazy. I'm going to say late December. It really once they have that announcement. So as long as OMI stays here, and the NFT bull run doesn't start until next year, it should be possible to get 1 billion OMI. Whether it's because, well, one, I'm going to get a decent amount of money at the end of this year. If OMI just stays at these prices and DEVVE and Definity don't run, I should be able to get up to 400 million even without anything else running. If the other stuff does run, even if just one of them runs, let's say it's DEVVE, because obviously nothing's guaranteed, but I would put a lot of eggs in that basket saying that it probably will towards the end of December, after they have that exchange partner announcement, whoever it is. And if it does, that's going to go to several dollars. And even at $1, it's like, okay, not bad. But I think it goes to several. Let's say it's $4, and then I have then that'll actually be my biggest bag at $4. Because Definity, yeah, I don't have that much in Definity. Then I'll be able to go in, and I could probably get up to several hundred million OMI, like 700 million at that point. And that's why I'm excited, because I have a decent bag of OMI now. If it moons from here, okay, cool. I have my 320. But if it doesn't, and it stays down for like 2 more months, I am golden for multiple reasons. So getting 700 million would be nice. Goal is 1 billion, but we'll see. Kuma saying, "What up, Randy and fam? How's it going?" Planet Vampire said, "Buy more OMI, get that bread." I mean, I don't really know who's selling, but I know a couple people that are buying, and if it weren't for the people that were buying, we probably could have seen that quad 0.9 today. Well, let me give some love to Space Penguin. Love that Space Penguin. He's a good egg. Yeah, I really want to get up to that DEVVE goal, which I'm currently not at, but maybe soon. Keep y'all posted. Chugging Hangs, I'll watch later. Got a World Series, go Jay. Oh yeah, heck yeah. Heck yeah. I want America to win, you know. But yeah, Jays are, yeah, that's fine. Bruh, we going to quad 04 FML. I don't want to like call anyone out here, but if you have a, I don't want to say the test of a character, but like that old, and this is like an old thing, like 20 years ago. You can tell a lot about a man by his presets. Like, and what that means for you younger folk is that back in the day, a car had like presets of like you click this button and it goes to, Z100. This button goes to 106.1 BLI. This button goes to another, like, so based on what the presets of the car were, you could tell like, okay, is this person cool? Do they keep up with the cool stuff? Or is it like, bro, what is this light FM BS that you have in your car? What, like, get out of my car. Nowadays you can, especially in crypto, especially in finance, you can tell much the same. You're like, okay, what is the mental health of this person? What is the intestinal fortitude of this person based on the price going lower? Now, I say that only in the way that the company is still fine and the price goes lower. If the price is going lower because the company's going out of business, like let's say like Candy, right? Like Candy, and I don't even want to say they're going out of business because it's just Candy is literally like DC's like child. WB had like this failed AT&T merger from like 2019 because there's a lot in WB that is just not profitable, and some of the DC stuff included. And again, they were going to be acquired by AT&T. They spent a couple $billion pumping out, like it was HBO Max, then it was just Max, then it was HBO Go, and then it was HBO something. But we all know it as HBO Max. But they spent a couple $billion because they had that AT&T money. You had the streaming wars going on. They didn't want to be left out. And then that merger didn't happen. It's like, okay, Discovery. We're going to be merging with Discovery now. And then again, that merger didn't happen, and it has cost them probably a couple $billion. And again, streaming wars because nobody watches cable anymore. No, like everyone just streams everything. And fucking Disney Plus emailed me the other day. Is like, hey, you know how we charge you $160 a year to go in and use Disney Plus? Yeah, Disney. Well, fuck you. We're gonna update it to $190 a year. We'll bill you December 28th. And honestly, I'm pretty sure my gym membership costs that every month. And like I just what are you doing, Disney? This is not fun. And again, I'm gonna pay it because again, that's pretty much my gym membership each month. But I also, because I like having Disney Plus. I like being able to watch the Marvel movies whenever. Not that I have time for movies all the time, but if I ever need to go to a scene for something, oh yeah, what was that scene? I need to take a look at that for like a reference, right? I could do it very easily. Anyway, long story short, if it was something like Candy or WB or whatever, and it's like, okay, the stock price is going down because the company is floundering, it's like, okay, that's bad. Okay, everyone get out. But if the price of something is going down, not because of any fundamental reasons, it's just going down because people are getting scared and they're selling for whatever their reasons are, then you should be happy because then again, nothing has changed fundamentally about the company. And you can now get shares of that company, or in this case, shares of the token, at a discounted rate. So I'm happy. Rain's happy. A bunch of my whales, most of them, are happy. Because again, you can just acquire more. And I mean, money comes in all the time. No shortage of that. So again, not to call anyone out there, but at quad zeros, do our current bags take a giant hit? Okay, like literally, what's another 30%? Like someone like me has already lost like $500,000 from it. give or take, probably more. Another 30% is like, okay, whatever, I'll just stack more so that eventually when it does go up, and I know like it's undervalued now. There's no reason why it can't get more undervalued, more undervalued. There's no reason why, yeah, there's no reason why it can't get more undervalued. I think that's the correct verbiage there. Before it goes to the moon. I mean, you can only pull that rubber band back so much. And again, it doesn't have to be quad 099. It could be quad 07. That would bring us to like $21 million market cap, give or take. And that's possible too. $70 for a million OMI. I will definitely be liquidating a lot of things at that point, and we'll have a good time. But again, that's when the company is still doing well. And I know a lot of people mistake their vault values for the health of the company. That's the health of the secondary market, but the company keeps making money and they keep getting these licensors. So again, I have no problem stacking until the thesis of the company changes. Yeah, I have no problem stacking here. Anyway, let's keep going. VeVe Zombie saying, yo, how's it going? We did a lot on OMI here. Let's do DEVVE, because it's actually up 6%. So DEVVE, I got a little bit more the last couple days because it had wicked down to like 34 cents, I think. Yeah, it went down to like 34.8, 34.9 earlier today. And again, that trend for the lows, we're getting lower lows. So the next time it might not be 34.9. It might be 32. It might be 29 cents. Like I don't know. We are at DEVVE. Let me see here. Delta Echo, Victor Echo. They are at, come on, what's the market cap? $33 million market cap. So again, them and OMI have been kind of neck and neck. And it's like, okay, well, Chavez, you said DEVVE is gonna probably go up in December, right? I think late December it can go up if they not only have their exchange partner announcement, but they need, like, DEVVE has, oh my God, all right. So DEVVE has gone on and had some of the greatest patents ever filed. They have some of the greatest tech. 8.5 million transactions per second can be done on the fastest blockchain in the world. This is a layer 1 blockchain with insane partnerships. But it doesn't seem to matter because when their marketing is not great. Their marketing is, I think, me and Bleaves and Crypto Rain, and they have something on CoinMarketCap that they're doing, which is fine for now because they don't have their exchange partner rolled out. They don't have the exchange, right? Like they've achieved an incredible amount of things, but their problem is lack of awareness. Like nobody knows about them yet. There's like 10,000 holders. So if they go in and whatever they have, Hong Kong, Beijing, London Exchange, New York Stock Exchange, like whatever it is, if DEVVE's the only one that announces it, probably not going to mean much. It might even be a sell the event news. But if whoever their partner is does a joint announcement with them now, and we've heard this before, like it'll be a joint marketing campaign. We'll be on CNBC, MSNBC. We'll be on Fox. We'll be on Bloomberg. We'll be like all these things. And if that happens, the latter, then yeah, then we go to several dollars, 10x easily. A 10x would just be like $3.50, but I think it would be a lot more than that. Maybe $7 or $8 just on the announcement. Get us to like a several $100 million market cap, maybe even $1 billion. And that makes sense, just because it's going to be a big squeeze. And then when the rollout of the exchange, and they're going to need DEVVE for every transaction, they're going to incentivize people to lock it up. There will be a big squeeze on DEVVE at some point. It's like, okay, well, Chavez, then why don't you just put all your extra funds into DEVVE and sell everything for DEVVE, because you say this is going wild in late December. It's like, well, it should, as long as they fulfill the promises with marketing, as long as they this is a joint marketing campaign, and it is a, you know, top tier exchange that they're partnering with, then yes, it should. But, you know, certain things get delayed, and that is not exclusive to DEVVE. Like, that is for every tech company ever in the entire world. Things get delayed all the time. So even though we're all expecting, you know, kind of that partnership announcement by the end of December, it might not happen until Q1. And again, even though I'm pretty sure that it'll happen in Q4, I'm pretty sure it'll happen in late December. That doesn't mean that OMI won't go up first, or Definity, or DACAT. Again, DACAT's been my biggest gainer these last 6 months. So again, you don't really have any proof one way or the other what's going to run first. Bitcoin and ETH, sure, you know, they'll continue to do their thing. I mean, again, ETH is it's a lot of manipulation. So this is why I think these blow off tops for the major stuff, like the top 50, are probably not going to happen anymore. It'll happen still for many of the micro cap alts that we're talking about, because institutions are not in them mostly, which is fine. That's what we want. We want to be able to go crazy without institutional manipulation. Am I crazy to buy? That alone, no. I think that I've seen some people that are otherwise, like, kind of not okay, you know, mentally, but they do some very sane things. And I've seen some people that are very right in the head, or very like, oh, good head on their shoulders, and seen them doing some pretty crazy or insane things. So I don't think one really has to do with the other. I think it's fine to buy down here. I prefer to buy down here. Again, I'd prefer to buy down here than at 0005 or 00 whatever, because I get more bang for my buck here. But no, I wouldn't say you're crazy. I don't know you. Deadline says buy. Let's get this bread. Player game 06. I still believe in OMI. What more? Achieve my goal. Got 20 million. Good for you, mate. Good for you. I happen to think you'll be very happy in the next 6 to 9 months. Everyone comment nice down below with 69. Anyway, that was DEVVE. Let me go over some Definity here. Definity down 3% at 1.6 cents, $2.5 million market cap. Damn, we are getting hecked 6 ways to Sunday. Yeah, so here's the big. We were at like 2-ish cents, and then bam, right back down to 0016. And again, this is something that I have, and we haven't really been down here in, when was this? Oh, I guess September we were down here. And then I guess September we were down here a couple of times. Again, when did they go in and start doing some heavier marketing? When did they go in and have some buybacks? When did they go in and start this utility? I don't know. But again, I very happy to own part of the company. Very happy that they are my biggest bag, because this could be the biggest runner. DEVVE, I mean, DEVVE and Definity have that potential for 1000x. OMI, I don't know if it gets to 1000x. It shouldn't. But the 200x, whatever, I think that's fair. But yeah, Definity, it's just so low. So doing 100x from here, you're at a $250 million market cap. So 1000x, yeah, definitely see it. Bill Gardner says, "What up? What's up, Bill Gardner?" Rigdex says, "Randy, yo, what up, girl? Tell me something, girl." Omar loves VeVe, saying, "Good evening. How you doing, fam?" Good evening, Omar. Love the support. Rigdex says, "Last time I was here, we were talking conspiracy theories. I love conspiracy theories. Comment down below your favorite one. I'll go into them. I'll look into them." I was talking the multiverse today with my guest, and it was great. It was fantastic. Let's check the cat. Gotta love my kitty. Down less than 0.1% today, but it's because we have $12 in volume. So yeah, one of the major weaknesses about the cat is just not a lot of volume. There's 1,200 holders. Market cap is 1.8 million. Again, the liquidity 468,000 is fantastic. That's a better liquidity ratio than I think any other token that we've gone over here. Planet Vampire does player game 06. Congrats. It does. I'm picking up another 10 million or so soon. If it goes to quad zeros, I probably should pick up more, but I just yeah, I just putting any new money. Again, the amounts that I put into, let's say DEVVE is very low compared to the amounts that I put into OMI. You know, I've already put so much in, and it's like, okay, well, you know, really lowering your dollar cost average down here is not a bad thing, but it's like, okay, hey, you have your position. And again, I think DEVVE does have that opportunity to really outperform, and we kind of have a time frame of when, like, okay, we should run in like 2 months. And again, nothing's guaranteed. Anything can go to zero at any moment, but it's not really fair that I put so much into OMI and have so little to show for it versus where I haven't put nearly as much into DEVVE, and it's kind of close to the same amount. So it's like, okay, really stacking up on DEVVE should be my priority right now, because again, it has the potential for a higher ROI, and it has the potential to move much sooner because you have that timeline. So that's probably, so again, I'm not near where I want to be, but I'll probably do that soon. And again, I was able to get a little bit more today, but now we're back up to almost 38 cents, which is fine. But I really want to get, I want to get up to that goal first before I start, before I DC into anything else. Sam says, I'll never give up on OMI. I'll ride with us to the top or a complete rock bottom. Either way, yeah. And at the end of the day, it's still fun. Like at the end of the day, it's still like, I don't know. I go for the drops, and on Thursday, Thursday or Friday, I'm gonna go live for a couple of. I have to call tomorrow. I'm gonna go live a couple of times on Thursday. I'm gonna go live for the Ryu drop because that's a $4,100 bounty, and is this today's or yesterday's? Hold on, let me go through my. Is this Paul? No, I think it was said yesterday that there is somebody else, Draco_ETH, has said, I'm aware of the current 4K plus bounties for Ryu. For anyone who secures the Ryu number 1987, reach out to me directly. If you sell it without contacting me first, you're very likely going to be leaving a lot of gems on the table. My offer is exclusively for edition number 1987. And yeah, honestly, this might sell out now. Was that 40? This might sell out. So, well, the common, if it sells out, 79,000. Well, actually, 1987. So they're probably taking out what, 40, whatever. So 77,000 still though. Actually, we could just check, right? We just could check on the app. Be advised, AWS was down again today. So, excuse me. Yeah, because AWS is down again, I think the app was down a little bit as well. Okay, Ryu editions. Okay, so 50. So it's actually 1937. Oh yeah, that's what I did. All right, fantastic. So 70. Even if they only sell half, that's still 38.7 thousand. And the 287, which, oh, actually this sold 0 to 287. Okay, was that $80 for the secret rare? I think it is. Yeah, that's another 22,000. So originally I thought this would do like 40. I think this could do 60K. And again, that common, I really think does numbers because of these very large bounties. Now, is that person that teased the sales like, okay, yeah, we're gonna get, you know, we're gonna get like a $5,000, $8,000 bounty, or is it just like, yeah, 4111, we're just gonna do 4500. You know, like I don't know, but if I get it, I'm gonna reach out, and it kind of makes sense to do that. Let's say it's 5,000. You can go for 125 of these, and if you do and you get it, then okay, you break even, and then you have an army of Ryu. Yeah, I'm gonna. I really shouldn't go for it, but I got it. Right. You got to gamble. Well, I'm gonna try for the secret rare either way because that's good. Sorry, it's opened up a message that I'm gonna have to get to later, or I guess I don't have to get to any of these. Just leave them on red. Feel like a no. Why is Debbie going up? No, I'm not ready yet. Still have stuff to buy. But yeah, it again, Alex, like you said, it's still fun. Anyway, let's take a look at Shiro. Where's my Shiro? Where's my kitty? Kitty, white kitty. Shiro's up 12% on the day. Good for you. $3.1 million market cap, over 500,000 in volume. Go Shiro, go Shiro. Gotta love that, and I hopefully, in like 2 weeks, I should have a renewal with them. So we'll see. We'll see. That'd be great. That'd be great. We love Shiro. Alison says, "OMI for freaking life, boys. Let's go." Fair game. Thanks, Planet Vampire. Claus says 30 million market cap for OMI is insane. Where are the whales to buy? I mean, they do, but be advised, like there's a lot of sell pressure on OMI. So I mean, they're getting what they can, but there's also 4 million in volume a day. I'd assume half of that is bots, but still, yeah, $36 million market cap, pretty low. And again, you're right. We had it much lower. We had it to like 30 million, and then it got bought up from there. But yeah, there's only so much that they're willing to buy, like because again, like what I said for DEVVE and DEFINITY, and a couple of them actually have the cat, which is really cool. Connor, what's going on, fam? Meow. Sleep-In says, I got some OMI today. Doubled my bag. Holy crap on a cracker. Doubling the bag. That's not easy to do. For me to double my bag, it would honestly, it's not that much money, but it's just, yeah, it's a lot. Try to double. I mean, but good for you, Sleep-In. Good for you. Stefan Saneve, 6598. Do you buy OMI on base, ETH? I do, mostly on base. I try to get it on ETH, so my pile is all the same, but I just tried to buy it on the new Coinbase way, and it would only let me buy base only. Probably because just there's not a lot of liquidity for ETH. It's mostly going to be on base, which is fine. But yeah, that's where I buy it mostly. Fast Felix, is he still alive? I can't tell if that's a troll or not. I was number 69 in high school football, and you're just telling me this now? Nice. Coral says, hey, fam, can someone test this for me? I can post old collectibles for sale, but nothing that I bought in the last 24 hours is happening. Probably because AWS went down, and it just probably just messing up the app, which again is why I would want VeVe to be multivaried in who they depend on, because AWS goes down, kind of hard to do, because again, the transactions probably just haven't gone through. Vegan thingy, what's up? Meow. As for the hearts, STNML thing, if you're in it for the right reasons and have the right mindset, no stress. Yeah, pretty much agreed. Love you. Meow. Bill Gardner saying also a $1,500 bounty for number 236. You're right, there is. They're going ham with this one, and we can't blame them for it. We gotta let them get that bread. Okay, there's let's go over some of the news. Let's see what we got for the news here. There shouldn't. Okay, I guess there's a little bit of news. 2 days ago, the crypto fear and greed index was 50. Now I assume it's a lot higher or lower, depending on your view of things. BlackRock and ARK Invest have bought $141.6 million worth of Bitcoin as of yesterday around midnight. Definity token is wilding out here with these tweets saying, warning, Definity holders may experience sudden gains in confidence, portfolio strength, and jawline sharpness. Definity is Chad certified. Again, they be wildin' out there. Trump says Japan is investing $550 billion into the U.S. Let's go. Let's go. Get that bread, Trump. Ooh, ooh. Hey, hi, Randy. I'm here for the tech. Stop talking price. Well, you gotta talk about both, right? Bill Garza agreed, Abe. Hi, Bill. Oh, look at that. The orange cat saying the cat on X. Let's go. Bill Gardner is here for Electra. We love Electra. Electra's great. So Bill Gardner, shoot me a text or a call when we're done with this. Abe says I'm just here so I won't get fined. I love you guys. You guys are awesome. DEVVE ecosystem says $7 trillion moving daily, none settling together. DEVVE puts finality on that speed. DEVVE's automatic settlement engine completes every leg in one verified block. No gaps, no exposure, just final markets that move as one. Sorry, I'm tripping over here. Microsoft announces it now holds a 27% stake in OpenAI. Wild. Trump Media to launch Truth prediction markets using crypto.com. That is also wild. That family's gonna make so much freaking money. The whale with a 100% win rate is adding more to his Bitcoin and ETH long positions. I'm going to say he got wrecked today. He did that yesterday at 4:23 a.m. Shout out to OMI, who had just posted his 2,000th space. A lot. It is a lot. 3.3 trillion was wiped out from the gold market in just a week. This is the same as the total market cap of Bitcoin, Ethereum, BNB, Solana, and XRP combined. It's insane. The Fed FOMC rate cut decision will be announced tomorrow at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. The market is expecting a 25 basis points rate cut at this meeting, so it won't impact the market much. That was a lie. What's even more important is Powell's speech that will start at 2:30 p.m. This is, again, I don't know why I'm reading this. This is from yesterday, and clearly market got wrecked. NVIDIA is going to invest $1 billion in Nokia. I didn't even know they were still a thing. BlackRock just bought $65.37 million in Bitcoin and $34.2 million worth of ETH. That is very nice to be able to spend $100 million in one night. Much thought about buying. Oh God. Being able to buy OMI on Coinbase is a game changer for a lot of people. You have BeanTech that is really happy because he has the number 67 gold logo, and because of that meme that made the 67 number popular, that might actually go for a premium. Kids nowadays, again, differences in generation. My generation loves 69. Why? Because it's hysterical. Their generation likes 67, not because of, again, we like 69 because it's a sex position. It's awesome. They like 6'7" because they're retarded. I don't know what other way to explain that. We liked it because it was cool. 6'7" is kind of dumb, but that being said, it's this crazy phenomenon that people are going and they're just having a lot of fun with. And I think the number 6'7" as far as mints go, it's probably going to carry a premium. I almost wish it wouldn't, but it probably will. I guess it's going to be as much of a premium as the 41 or 69. Probably not, but it still probably will carry a premium because, again, like anyone that has kids, oh yeah, 6'7", they do that all the time. Yeah. So as they get older, that 6'7" number is going to go probably insane. Troy Perez says, Rocket Red countdown liftoff, Rocket Red countdown liftoff, liftoff. Western Union to launch stablecoin on Solana in 2026. Lots of stablecoins going crazy. Guy named Guncel Crypto saying 77 billion in custody failures. DEVVE fixes it. CRO laid the rails for institutional liquidity. Now DEVVE's chain is embedding custody verification directly at settlement, where $77 billion in historical failures started. DEVVE Vault doesn't outsource trust, it codes it. Every RWA remains cryptographically linked to its owner, with proof of custody written into the block itself. Collateral segregation and fund isolation stop being policies and become programmable conditions. That sounds like it was made by AI. Nightshift says, could you comment on whether the exchange is demonstrably is ready to present to regulators? And Tom says we can demonstrate contingent transaction sets whenever needed, and that's the bit that regulators find important. So good for them. S&P 500 hit $6,900 yesterday. Even comment nice down below for the 69. Logan Paul says, from a $90 million market cap to $11.5 billion valuation, I'm a proud Series A investor in Whatnot, where commerce meets collectibles and community. I think we're still in the very early stages of the live shopping boom. Huge congrats to the team for such an amazing milestone, as they raised almost a quarter billion. Investors bet on live stream shopping. And they just partner with VeVe. Interesting. Ryu, Comments in Crypto says Ryu, the number 236 is important because it's the special move number for Ryu's Hadouken. Down, forward, fireball. 1987 is obviously the last number of the common collection, and it also marks the year that the original Street Fighter hit the arcades. So, really like that. NVIDIA reaches new all-time high of $200. Jim Cramer says NVIDIA and Palantir are two of the greatest stocks of all time. They're hecked. My collectibles hits level 58. Good for him. New York Governor 2026 poll finds Republicans having a chance at winning. Elise Stefanik is beating Kathy Hochul by 1%, which is wild. Foster Hilt hit level 89 yesterday. Good for Foster Hilt. Western Union CEO says move to digital assets is the next evolution. Good. 210 million was liquidated from the crypto market yesterday between 3:30 and 4:30. That's hysterical. Peter Schiff says Bitcoin is in a bubble that's about to pop. I don't know why anyone pays this man any attention anymore. He's either lying at best, and worst is just stupid. A guy named Bensi Rabi says, I am beyond excited to introduce UtiliLink, our institutional network connecting stablecoins to global banking and liquidity rails. As stablecoins become a real part of global payments, the biggest challenge for institutions is no longer why, but how. How to connect, move, and manage liquidity seamlessly across chains and banks. This is what we've built UtiliLink for. UtiliLink bridges digital assets with traditional banking infrastructure, enabling real-time movement of funds and liquidity between stablecoins and fiat currencies, all through Utili's institutional-grade wallet infrastructure. This is the next step in our mission to power the global payments layer for the digital asset economy, secure, compliant, and built for scale. We have an exciting lineup to launch partners with more to come, along with several promising developments on our roadmap. Stay tuned. This is just the beginning. And then they post a photo, and Affinity is smack dab right in the middle of it. Gotta love that. Jan USA and Kanasarada. What's the minimum amount of OMI you think someone needs to be considered a whale? Honestly, if it were going by dollars, I wouldn't even be considered a whale anymore. So I don't know. Half a billion tokens, maybe. I would consider that a whale. Honestly, like 100 million is not even. I wouldn't even consider that. Again, the amount of OMI that I have, I wouldn't even consider that a whale. So I would say at least half a billion to be considered a whale for OMI at these prices. Just bought 200 million. Oh, very good. So you're getting that bread. I guess if you have, the problem is just there's just not a lot of money. I would say at half a billion you'd probably be considered like a whale. Again, the amounts of OMI that I have is really it's fine. Not many people have it, but the amount of money that it costs is just not a lot. So it's not like it was much more impressive when I had 50 million OMI at 007 than 320 million OMI at 00012. It's just so yeah. Anywho, Tom Lee's Bitmine has bought $113 million worth of ETH as of yesterday. News, you have Trump Media to enter prediction market business via partnership with Crypto.com. Western Union to build stablecoin on Solana blockchain, issue with Anchorage, and Polymarket plans to return to US within weeks with sports focus. You also have Visa to accept payments in 4 stablecoins on 4 separate blockchains that can settle into fiat currency. Oh, my friend. US Senate passes bill to terminate President Trump's tariffs against Brazil. Treasury Secretary Bessent says US and Japan will have a golden age. I believe they will as well. Kenny ML says, I remember there was a clip of the exchange demo being leaked a year ago, talking about DEVVE. So clearly it's not too far away now. Any reason why nothing has been released since then? A clip or screenshot even would really give these InfoStar folks something to chew on. Tom says, we've been productizing the whole platform. I see progress in Gantt charts every Monday, and it's surprising how many moving parts are to move to production. The problem with showing things that represent the underlying tech is that there's often too little distinction for true technical innovation versus user interface and experience, i.e. you can show a truly significant invention in finance like CTS, and still have a ton of people simply complain about how it looks or without appreciating it or comprehending the invention. We're approaching a point where the production system will be demonstratable to everyone. Can't wait for that. Someone asked Tom in another group to comment on Circle's new layer 1. Oh gosh, sorry. And on Circle's new layer 1, what do we got here? At a high level, I like Circle as a company. They're professional and well-funded. And that said, them moving into a layer 1 blockchain really doesn't excite me too much. I think these types of things come out from big companies, but rarely take off. Our approach is solid. We have patented concepts, critical to TradFi, and unique features that neither they nor anyone else has. Generally, when large companies implement these types of things, they simply copy the standard implementation approaches out there and try to leverage their business might to grow something. That hardly ever works. And right now, to have something come in and impact the space in a meaningful way, you have to have something unique and solve big problems that others don't. We have that. I think we could be successful ourselves purely with our fraud and theft and loss solution. I think we could be successful simply because of our contingent transaction set invention. I think we could grow as a company purely around our privacy solution. When you have all those things plus our approach to bailment, our speed, the scalability of our architecture, the RESTful API interface, etc., you have something truly unique and a situation there where a small company can grow and be successful. Heckin' beautiful. Love you, Tom. On August 7th, $10 was put into Bitcoin, DACAT, Shiba Inu, Okomi, Doji Lamars, Pepe, SPX 6900, and Mogcoin. DACAT's number 2, OMI's number 4, and Mogcoin just got crushed by like 70%. SPX 6900 down about 40%. Pepe is down about 34%. Doji Lamars 33%. Okomi at that now is down 23% since then. Shiba Inu's down 20, DACAT was down 17, and Bitcoin is down at that time like 0.2%, or 2%, I should say. David Hill says, saw the OMI price today. What was the catalyst? The cash out ending. That might have had something to do with it, but it hasn't yet. I mean, I don't think it would have it yet. This one, it doesn't seem to be from like a multiple appeal. Like, it's probably a big whale that might have like a billion OMI that just keeps unloading. Because again, I don't see it on Uniswap. It was probably on a bigger exchange. They're probably foreign. So yeah, there didn't seem to be a catalyst. I mean, we've known about the cash out or lack of cash out that they're implementing for weeks now, and maybe someone just realized that was happening and then they sold off the news. But there's not that much activity on Stacker where somebody can sell that much and then cash out and then sell the point of it retracing this much. So it probably had nothing to do with that. It probably just had someone was liquidated somewhere else. They're planning on leverage, whatever it is. Now let's continue. Infinity Network says, we're proud to be a founding partner of UtiliLink, the institutional network connecting the global digital asset economy. UtiliLink enables financial institutions to discover counterparties, connect instantly, and settle across stablecoin and fiat rails. securely, and at scale. Congrats to the Utility team on a powerful launch, and we're excited to help shape the future of institutional connectivity. Same thing, same. Alan 401 says, I thought that Robert's wallet, and he is selling a decent amount. No, he's not. David Hill saying, end of year, a lot of people do sell to get some tax losses too. That's all. Yeah, so that's something that I haven't. That's something that I haven't really gone over yet. Give me one sec here. Yeah, because this is probably a good topic for another video. Anyway, you have some people that are going to have some gains elsewhere, and they're going to need to offset those gains. OMI is a great way to offset those gains. So yeah, you have a really nice amount of people that will have gains elsewhere, and in order to combat that, yeah, they're going to probably sell some OMI. How many of those people, have? It's probably not a lot of them. Mostly, you have people that put in not a lot of money in general, and their $10,000 went to a couple hundred, and that's not going to make or break OMI. Like it's just not. So going over and doing that, I just any real investor worth their salt, unless they put in like $1 million or something like I did into OMI, unless they did that, and they still have like 100K worth, yeah, they could probably do that. And if they need to, yeah, I'm sure they would. But there's not that many people that have done it at those levels. Most people put in a relatively small amount, and the amount that they have now is just probably nothing. So, but yeah, you could have a couple of successful people like that. That's all you really need to have like a lot of downward pressure on the token. Hopefully, they don't all do it at the same time, but we'll see. Now, Vampires has been from the early days still have a lot of OMI left. I don't think they have any left. If they do, then yeah, it's him. But I don't. But I don't think they actually have any left. So Dr. Pro. I mean, there's a lot of Dr. Profits out there. Unless that wallet has like, well, I don't know, like 30 billion OMI. Which again, he doesn't keep all his OMI in one wallet. I assume he keeps it in like 50. So many wallets to keep track of, though. Let me try to find it here, though. Where am I? I go to base scan, and I wonder if I put Dr. Profit .base.eth. Yeah, there's no way that's his wallet. Yeah, that's not it's too small to be it. I don't think any of his wallets are probably under like $1 million. Any of his wallets would be well over that. Had 400 million down to like 260. If you can send that to me, that'd be great, because I'm not, unless I looked at the wrong one. I don't think I did, because the one I looked at, I don't think that had any OMI in it. So YouTube doesn't let me click on like the YouTube eliminates links. Can you send that to me on Twitter, please? And honestly, I think most of Dr. Profit's OMI was on ETH. .base.eth. Registrant. The one that I'm looking up, it has no, I mean, it just doesn't have OMI in it. From, okay, what are we at here? Resolved address? No. Base.e. Good evening, Choppy Cat. Saw the prize OMI, decided to use my emergency 67 money. 67 would pick up 2 more million. Let's go. Let's go. Also, if Alan can give me that message on X, that would be great, because I am not seeing it. And I'm not saying that it doesn't exist. I just don't have a, I just, the wallets that I'm looking at for it just don't show any OMI in it. And again, it just doesn't look like his wallet, because what I'm looking at here is it just wouldn't be that. It's just a very, very small amount. It's got like a couple grand worth of tokens in there. And again, I'm just not seeing it. So if you could send me that on X, that would be great, because the one that I'm looking at here, it just doesn't look like it has anything in it. And I even looked at it, and it says like there are no other names resolving to this address. So it seems like this is the only one, and it just doesn't have it. It just doesn't have any OMI in it. So I think someone just like took the name or whatever, but which is weird, because I don't know how it would. So again, this dude has, Dr. Prop is a billionaire. There's no reason for him to sell even 400 million times. Let's say even at 1.5 is $60,000. He just doesn't need that. He throws around a lot of cash, and that's worth like nothing to him. So again, it just doesn't seem likely. President Trump and China's Xi is going to meet in South Korea for a trade deal discussion in 1 hour. I'm going to pray for that announcement as well. I don't have X. I'll make an account, send shortly, bro. Gracias, 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 gracias. Oh my God. Sorry, give me 1 sec. Oh Lordy. That is wild. The amount of accountability people don't take. Yeah, I mean, yeah, he's got, like, he made his money in ETH back in the day, at least in crypto. I mean, he's a serial entrepreneur. He's in a bunch of different stuff, and yeah, he could throw around a lot of money like it's nothing. He was worth a fudge ton in 2021, and now it's 4 years later, and yeah, if he hasn't hit billionaire by this, I would be very, very surprised. Anyway, let's keep on going, because we have some. Yeah, Disney Plus can be charging me $190. Bit easy. Okay, so we have Ricky Art 141 saying, congrats, I love selling on Stacker. It's easier and cheaper to cash out. I wish listing was a bit easier, like mass list multiple collectibles at floor price. It would make selling a lot easier. And set to auto buy a collectible at a certain floor price. Things like that would make buying and selling easier. And Foster Hill says, yeah, good suggestions. I made a video about some fucking goober yesterday that's just absolutely shitting on VeVe for no reason, especially when they represented a company that was far less successful than VeVe. Yeah, anyway, moving on. Omar Lozomi says, going to see Predator next week. Should be interesting when VeVe gets Predator with Arnold. Oh, that'd be amazing. I'd love it. At night. Find Your Trove has 92,000 followers over on X, or I'm sorry, on Instagram. Oh my gosh. 92,000 followers over on Instagram, and was talking about the $40,000 NFT of Tom Brady is a one of one, and I did a video on it last night. It was really cool. Give me one sec here. Jesus Christ, like you don't pay attention. Anyway, yeah, I spent $40,000 on the one of one Tom Brady NFT, and I just don't know how many people. I know Rain has a couple of NFL All Day. He has a couple of those collectibles, and I don't know how many of them are going for. I assume most of them, like Pokemon cards, are probably worth not a lot, but the big ones, can command very, very big prices. Maybe we kind of see NFL PA stuff getting dropped. No, not when NFL All Day exists. I don't see NFL PA doing anything with that. I mean, sports is hard because it's kind of monopolized by Dapper that have NBA Top Shots, UFC Strike, NFL All Day, and even when you had like Autograph.io had, what was it? Tom Brady. It had Gronk. It had Tony Hawk. It had Simone Biles. It had like every major GOAT of every sport, and it crashed and burned. So I don't think it's smart to get into sports when other companies are really struggling with it. The only ones that are actually doing anything is Dapper Labs. Everyone else is just not doing it. So Patrick Stars 115K. That's I saw a 3. It had SpongeBob, Patrick, and Squidward with their voice actors sign it. So I did go up and see that. I don't know how much it went for, but the one of one Patrick Stars, pretty sweet. Top Shot about to blow up with Cooper Flag. I've heard good things. Cordial Goat says, I want South Park on VeVe so badly. All the Cartman variants. Mr. Tally, Mr. Hanky. Oh, Chef. Hello, children. Butters that are calling VeVe make it happen. I mean, well, we have Paramount now, so honestly, Paramount might actually go in and buy WB. Like there's only a couple of companies that can buy WB, which includes DC on it. You have Skydance, which has Paramount. Apple, Netflix, Google, like Tesla. I mean, Tesla's not going to get into that. They could, but they won't. I would love if they could do it and make it anti-woke. That'd be great. But yeah, the South Park's on Paramount. We have Paramount, so I don't see any reason why not. So 1,000 editions for his rookie debut with autograph versions. Oh, very nice, very nice. That might be a lot for the market right now because the market's just not that big. But maybe in the future that should be very scarce because it's only 1,000. Nasdaq futures just hit a new all-time high while Bitcoin dumped to 112,000. This was yesterday. Ash Crypto Real. I hate to see what he said about it today. No. Okay, sorry. I'm in Cordial Gold Slayer is in NHL Breakaway. It's the NFT platform run by the NHL and NHLPA. How is that? How are they doing? Because I'm curious about that. I like NHL. NHL Slapshot I used to play back in the day. I think it was Slapshot or Top Shot from like 2004. Pretty good at that game. President Trump says his meeting with China's Xi Jinping will be excellent. I agree. BlackRock and Fidelity have bought $174 million worth of Ethereum last night. And President Trump to discuss NVIDIA AI chips with Chinese President Xi Jinping during their meeting. That's about Morgan, my bae, former bae. She's not my bae anymore. Love her nonetheless. I think that's about it. Yeah, that'll be it for me today. I have a show tomorrow. Obviously, I don't think I have a podcast in the morning. No, I have a couple meetings tomorrow, and then I'll do the normal show tomorrow night. And then Tammy will be coming on at 9 to discuss a couple things. On Friday, it'll be Halloween, so I'll probably go live for the Ryu. And then Halloween's really big around here, so I might live stream the trick-or-treaters. And then apparently it's tradition to do shots with the adults that bring their kids. I don't think I want to do that because I had a pretty crazy weekend and my body's still recovering. And it's only 2 weeks until Vegas. 2 weeks, everybody. 2 weeks until Vegas. And I kind of want to be able to have a good time there. So I don't want to. I want to look semi-decent for it. What we got here? David Hill saying waiting for Solana and XRP ETFs to drop. Got to wait for government to reopen. Quadruple Gold Slayer is really good. The marketplace is always active with drops selling out more often than not. No app download necessary. Just check our website in the marketplace. I will. I can go in and take a picture of that. Remember that Kelly Clarkson song? Break away. Meow, 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 meow. Oh, and then on Saturday, God, it's about to be November. Saturday, I have a David Quinn from Addiction coming on the podcast. That'll be at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I have to stay at home on the 3rd. How long is he going to be gone for? Okay, I have to stay at home on the 3rd because there's going to be something happening on there. I was going to go to Blockchain Future Conference. I don't think I can now. Prey 2 comes out on the 7th. Oh, and then we have a turtle drop on November 8th, but we're getting way ahead of ourselves here. Anyway, guys, that'll be it for me. Please comment, like, and subscribe. Comments are good for the YouTube algorithm. And everybody, say bye-bye to Dashi. Bye-bye, Dashi. We love you. Bye, guys. Randy. Never mind, I'll